There we go. All right, cool. Can you hear me fine?
Yes.
Okay. So, what questions did you have for me today?
Um, I was doing the project, and then I was thinking more about like when you said, like if we were to make different shapes with like if we have a RecGen module, how would we be able to make other shapes? And I was thinking, so is that rectangle like just the pixels, or is that an actual shape? Like,
What do
does
you
that make
mean,
sense?
just the pixels?
Because I was thinking, if I can layer them together, then I can make other shapes of it, right?
You mean like if you stack two rectangles on top of each other with like some sort of overlap?
Yes. Then I would be able to make a different shape. But I was thinking, if I were to try to make a rectangle and I were to like um stack it in a way to make it look or if I was trying to make a triangle and I stacked the rectangles in a way to make it look like a triangle, then how would that work like performance wise? Because I would probably need like I was thinking I would just like make it so that I was thinking of the Pythagorean theorem when of I'm trying to see the picture for it because it's like a bottom rectangle, and then on top of kind of on top of it, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
is like another rectangle, and then the distance between them is like the hypotenuse of the triangle, right?
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, is that like how you would make it, or
I mean,
is
that's
there a
certainly
different way?
that's one way to make it, and
Mhm.
um, there are multiple ways to go about it, but the way that I had in mind more involved the process of like having like a static image stored in memory. So, for example, you could have kind of like in your guys' lab, you guys did the VGA lab, right?
Yes.
Remember how you had to not only have a rectangle on the screen, but there were letters as well?
Yes.
Well, those letters came from a character ROM or a character read only memory. So it was, like a 8 by 8 grid of zeros and ones. So my thought process was more figure out how to implement that, and then you can do any shape you want. And it doesn't have to be composed of multiple rectangles. It's just a single image rather than many different modules. Or a
I
single
see.
module, is what I would say.
In terms of performance, which would be better?
The single module, because if you were trying to do multiple rectangles, it's just a lot of extra hardware that you don't need to
Yeah.
use. Um, it just depends on how you implement it. You'd have to actually implement it and see which one would be less. Because if it was just two rectangles versus implementing a character bitmap, it would probably be better to use just two rectangles. But for more complex shapes, it's definitely better to use a character ROM.
I see. Because I was thinking about it like in OpenGL and how you would do it in OpenGL,
Mm-hmm.
and so I thought that's kind of like it was similar to the VJ, but I think right now it's yeah, probably just use read-only memory.
You can get way more advanced into it, like actually generating images like a GPU does, like an actual graphics processing unit. That's well beyond the scope of what you guys should be aiming for, though. So I'd say Character ROM is a good compromise.
Hmm. Found a helpful website for that though. Like uh, it's it's about how to make your own. Or I found a website as well that's gonna teach me how to like simulate Verilog
Ooh,
on a
okay.
computer. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Because I got really interested in like how to make lines and triangles. with System Verilog, so I know what to do during the break.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Did you have any other questions for me?
Um, no, I don't think so. Yeah, I think I should be fine.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Victor.
Yes.
Um, I remembered a question I had. One of the prongs for the VGA was missing, and then that affected the color output of the screen. Is the where is the outputs located in the like which one is RGB in the VGA?
Like which prongs? You could look up um, an image of the actual VGA connector cable to see which prong it was that is missing and which thing that's for. I don't know off the top of my head. Which I could look it up though. Which prong was it, like positionally?
I don't think it was a prong. I think it was like you know that thing that we used to like connect it, like with a VGA.
You mean the thing on the FPGA?
No, like on a VGA connector, there's like things you can screw in to make it tighter.
Oh no, that doesn't have anything to do
Uh, Huh.
with the signals. That's just to like secure
Sure.
the
Oh,
connection to like make sure it doesn't fall out. It doesn't have anything to do with the signals. Now, if it's not pushed all the way in, maybe you'd get bad connection for one of the pins, and then it wouldn't send it.
um,
That's possible.
let's see. Yeah, I don't remember if there was a prong missing, but I do remember that there was like the one of the connection, like one of the screws weren't there, so maybe it just wasn't tight enough.
That's possible. Yeah, you could always try and jostle it around, or try and get another cable maybe and test that out.
Hmm. What's it called again? VGA connector cable.
I mean, it is just a VGA connector cable, but if you want to see the actual pins, you'd say cable pinout. You'd be able to see them. From what I can find, it looks like on the top row, it's where they send the actual red, green, and blue signals, as well as ground for a lot of them. And then a few of the bottom pins are the horizontal and vertical sync signals that you need.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was thinking more about it as well. You said, wait, so um, right now we're working with, like we're studying like the basics of CPUs, right?
Mm, well, you're studying the building blocks of digital logic, um, and kind of how to apply it to solve problems. You'll be doing more studying of CPUs in 300. That's where you actually formally learn the process of how to make them and how to basically go about designing one.
Mm.
Why do you ask?
Because I was thinking of when you said the GPU, is there a class for GPUs as well?
Not that I know of. Uh, if there was, it would probably be a graduate level course, is my guess. Um, but yeah, not that I know of. If you wanted to find any information on it, it would probably be best to do like an online search to see about GPU design because I don't know that much about it, and I don't believe any classes at UNLV go over that particular um, topic.
Yeah.
You have a good rest of your day.
As well, thank you.